Have you ever heard the claim that a woman's sexual desire peaks at 30? Some say it's the decade where passion burns the brightest, while others believe it's when desire begins to fade. But here's the shocking truth. Science shows that over 70% of women actually report their most fulfilling intimate experiences happening after turning 30. So, is this really a universal peak or just another myth? Today we're going to uncover what really happens to female desire around this age. And trust me, what you'll hear might completely change the way you think about intimacy. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe if you want more videos that mix psychology, science, and real talk about relationships. Desire in women has always been surrounded by myths and half-truths. In their teens or 20s, desire can feel raw, impulsive, even uncertain. But once a woman steps into her 30s, something shifts. Not a sudden explosion, not a decline, but a transformation. Confidence grows, self-awareness sharpens. She starts to recognize what truly feels good and what doesn't. Intimacy begins to move away from performance or expectations and closer toward connection, presence, and honesty. So the question isn't, does desire fade after 30? But rather, how does it evolve? Let's start with the body. By her late 20s and early 30s, a woman's hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and yes, even testosterone, find a unique balance. Few people realize this, but testosterone, often labeled a male hormone, plays a huge role in fueling women's libido. And then there's fertility. Science shows that the late 20s and early 30s often mark peak reproductive years. The body becomes more responsive, more attuned to attraction, almost as if nature itself is amplifying desire. But here's the catch. Hormones may light the spark, but connection is the oxygen. Without emotional safety, trust, and presence, even the strongest biological drive can feel muted. On the flip side, when biology and emotion align, intimacy can feel more alive than ever. Now let's go deeper, into the mind and heart. In her 20s, many women feel the pressure to perform, to meet expectations, to worry about judgment. But in her 30s, something changes. The pressure softens. She knows her body more intimately, she understands her boundaries, and she's less afraid to voice what she truly wants. This self-confidence transforms intimacy. It's no longer about ticking boxes. It's about being fully present. Passion in the 20s might feel like fire, wild and unpredictable. But in the 30s, it evolves into a steady flame, one that lasts, warms, and pulls you in with quiet intensity. Quick question for you. Do you think confidence makes intimacy stronger than raw chemistry alone? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. But here's a truth we can't ignore. Desire doesn't live in isolation. It thrives or fades within the context of life and relationships. Communication, trust, and novelty aren't optional. They're the fuel for intimacy. When conversations shrink to bills, chores, or schedules, the spark dims. But when curiosity, laughter, and open conversations stay alive, passion follows naturally. Of course, the 30s are also a time of stress, career growth, and family responsibilities. Fatigue and distraction can temporarily lower libido, but that doesn't mean desire is gone. It just means it needs space to breathe. Even small gestures, a shared workload, a night carved out for the two of you, a genuine "I see you," can reignite the spark. Interestingly, stability itself can become an aphrodisiac. When a woman feels safe, valued, and supported, her body relaxes, and in that safety, desire grows. Now let's tackle the myth head-on. Every woman's sexual desire peaks at 30. The reality? Desire doesn't follow a universal timeline. Some women feel a surge in their 30s, others feel steady, and some notice no big change at all. And that's perfectly normal. What often does shift is intention. By this stage, many women know themselves better. Intimacy becomes less about raw impulses and more about depth, choice, and connection. A kiss isn't just a kiss, it carries meaning. A touch isn't just physical, it's tied to trust, respect, and the way she feels seen. So the question isn't, does it peak, but how does it mature? So, what does science really say? There's no magic age where everything peaks. Desire doesn't flip on like a switch at 30. Instead, it's the result of an interplay. Biology, psychology, relationships, and lifestyle. And here's the beautiful part. Many women describe their 30s as the most fulfilling stage of intimacy. Why? Because with self-knowledge and emotional maturity, passion becomes more intentional, more confident, and more meaningful. Age 30 isn't a finish line. It's not even a peak. It's a chapter where desire evolves, richer, deeper, and more powerful than before. If this video gave you a new perspective, subscribe for more insights into relationships, intimacy, and the psychology of desire. And tell me in the comments, do you believe intimacy gets better with age? Because desire isn't really about numbers. It's about how fully you allow yourself to live, love, and connect.